Not Quite
Darkness
is a podcast that contains spoilers, opinions, and general. Listener discretion is advised.
Don't get too excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to Civic TV, the channel that goes to bed with you. And this is Not Quite Darkness. My name is Keith Brooks, and with me, as always, is Mr. Chad Dowdy. Chad, how you doing, sir?
Doing good, Keith. Working on my camera here.
Okay. Oh, you went out for a second. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a Blondie shirt. I wanted you to have a VCR vagina in the middle of your chest, but this is fine. This is fine. I'll accept this for today.
No way I was going with the VCR vagina. It just wasn't happening.
Or a giant TV on your head. That would have been pretty fucking awesome as well.
I thought about that too.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to who do you got beside you? Is that Pumpkinhead?
Pumpkinhead.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's great. That's so good. What year did Pumpkinhead come out?
It's the 80s for sure.
I hope we get some of it. Some Lance Hendrickson.
Yeah, maybe we do. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Your iPad is zooming in and zooming out of you in crazy cinematic fashion. It seems so
awesome.
Intense.
Yeah, I had to change my computer. So did it mean when I move? Oh shit.
It does.
It's almost like it's coming alive.
Oh
shit.
And that takes us into what we're talking about today. If you're unfamiliar with what we do on the podcast, we talk about every single movie from the documentary series In Search of Darkness. And I mean every single fucking movie ever made in the 1980s. And today, we are talking about probably Chad's favorite genre, body horror. Second to werewolves only. And we're talking about the epitome of body horror movies, and that is, of course, David Cronenberg's VideoDrome. Chad. Chad.
Just thinking about the epitome of body horror. I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, like, I'm not saying you're wrong.
It's either this or The Fly. Like, those are the two.
I mean, you hit me with it right at the beginning, and I hadn't had time to think about it. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't want to give this movie that title.
All right, well, let's give the movie some of our time as we talk about Hades from Hercules losing his fucking mind.
That's the only thing I know him from, Hades. That's it. I don't know if he's done anything before or after that, other than VideoDrome. Well, like you said, this is David Cronenberg's VideoDrome. David Cronenberg is a legend.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
No doubt.
Has classic films. Some would say this one is also a classic film. Not Chad, but some would say that.
Some would say, yeah.
We'll see what Keith says at the end, but not Chad. So I feel like a lot of the stuff, we go through the movie, and I'm going to be going through it. But you'll probably notice that there's a question mark at the end of most of my statements during this movie, because I don't know what the hell's going on half the time.
And it's interesting, too, because it's not only has it been like maybe a week or two since we watched the movie, but it's also, I'm not really sure what I saw when I saw the movie. Yeah. But this was both of us our first time watching it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is one of the rare first times for both of us. So yeah. We're VideoDrome virgins.
God, I wish I still was.
Yeah. So, to my point about, it being confusing, the movie starts off and it looks like it's just a public access channel that we're seeing. But the lady seems to be talking directly to James Woods, Hades himself. Mm-hmm. Like she's basically telling him about his meeting that he has later.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is going, like, are we in the future? What's happening here? It's a little confusing just right from the jump. But she's telling about the meeting. And I guess like he goes to the meeting, and again, I know what's happening now, but I didn't at first. I'm like, what is he doing? He's like, looks like he's like looking at bootleg VHS tapes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, back in the day, I bought bootleg VHS tapes.
Me too, totally.
I didn't really go to hotel rooms and
No.
to do it.
It feels like a drug deal or like a weapons deal, is sort of the way they paint it.
Yes, exactly. So he gets the tapes. He purchases them and he watches them, and it's clearly just like softcore porn, but
Japanese softcore porn.
Yes, but it's too softcore for James Wood. He wants it harder.
Yeah, and it's a 13 episode series of softcore porn, and he jumps into the last episode, and they're like, "You're not going to understand the story." And he's like, "I don't give a shit about the story. I'm Hades. Don't you know that?"
Like most softcore porn films, you don't give a damn about the story.
Yeah.
So then it cuts to like now he's at the studio, but I still don't know what's going on because he's with this guy who's piped into some satellite feed. He's found some random satellite feed, and they're watching like a snuff torture film. It's gross. The film is gross.
Yeah, it is. It's like not even. It's just violent. It's just beating a girl. It's not even like what I would have thought it would have been. You know what I mean? Like, I guess I would have thought, because we grew up in the era of Faces of Death, right? Like, that was a thing.
Right.
That was, a bootleg VHS that was passed around. Now they're making a horror movie of it. But that shit was real when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
And so I sort of expected it to be more akin to that, but it is more realistic than that. Like, I guess, like as the snuff porn, it's a naked woman who looks to be, East Asian, tied to a post, and she's being beaten.
Yes. Yeah. It's just flat out gross or whatever. Yeah. But he is like enamored with this. He wants to know where this feed is coming from. How do I get more information on this, basically? And then we cut to he's on a talk show, and I kind of wish that this would have been maybe the not the first scene, but maybe after. I'm fine if you want to confuse this at the beginning to say like the lady talking to him in public access, but I wish you would have said like your talk show appearances, blah blah blah, because this talk show really now I know what's going on. Yeah. So instead of being uber confused, like I know I have context for the other things that's happening or whatever, because on the talk show. It's real. He is the president of a small, TV station, basically a public access TV station. And again, we get some back and forth. There's some conversation about sex and violence, on TV. Yeah. And then there is also a radio host on the show that he hits on. Mm-hmm. And this is where the shirt comes in.
Absolutely.
Debbie Harry's the radio host.
And she's fucking phenomenal in this movie.
She's really
good. She's really good.
She's the best part of the movie. Frankly, she's really good. But here at the beginning, he's kind of hitting on her. And she's kind of giving him like, don't bother me. But also she's kind of like, call me.
Yeah.
She's definitely kind of like that. Me. Exactly. That's what she's given.
I mean, I think one way or another, he's gonna get her. You know what I mean?
You got it. And so there's also on the show, even though he's not physically there, he's like, I guess live via satellite, is this weirdo Dr. Oblivion. Dr. Oblivion. So he's on there. And again, they really just, first of all, this doesn't make sense based on what we find out later. But I tell you what's funny about this. I thought this when I was watching it. So Dr. Oblivion is on the TV screen, and something's happening while we're watching it to the right. And that's the way Dr. Oblivion's looking as well. And then when something happens for us on the left, that's the way Dr. Oblivion looks too. I was like, that is wild that he's looking in the right direction during all this. Before you even find out the later stuff, it's still wild that he's looking that way.
Yeah, but also and he says this whole bit about how he doesn't want to be a part of this system, and Dr. Oblivion is obviously not his real name, it's just his television name, and one day we'll all have television names. And it's weird to me, like, there's like a lot of religious undertones throughout the film, but there's a lot of like prophetic things that
It's ahead of its time for sure.
Way fucking ahead of its time. So even with this stuff, I feel it's very ahead of its time. So.
Yes, it really is. So then now we're back to he's watching that snuff film, again with his buddy at the station.
Yeah.
And I guess his buddy tells him that the feed's actually coming from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So it's, closer than he thinks.
And the guy looks like Jeffrey Combs' second cousin. Like, he kind of like always has like a Jeffrey Combs vibe to him. But anyway, yeah.
So then later now we're at James Wood's house or his apartment or whatever it is. And Debbie Harry shows up.
Well, first he goes to the radio station while she's like talking to a caller.
Oh yeah.
And she's talking to a caller and I think talking her out of suicide or something. And he's just watching her. And then they talk. Then they go back to his place. Go on. Talk about her wonderful pickup line that she uses on him.
Oh, I don't even remember her wonderful pickup line.
You want to watch a porno?
Is that what she says?
Yes.
I just remember her going through his stuff, his VHS tapes.
Yeah.
So does she say that and then go through the VHS tapes? I don't even remember.
I think she's going through them already, and she says, "Do you want to watch a porno?" And he's like, "Ha, yeah." Wait, are you serious? She's like, "Yeah, it always gets me started," and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
It's a lot more gets her started though than just a regular porno.
A lot more.
So she actually pulls out the tape called VideoDrome, and what we now realize is that the snuff film that James Woods has been watching is in fact VideoDrome.
Yeah,
because that's what she puts on. And first of all, I wouldn't have this, but if I did have it and the girl was like, "Hey, let's watch this," I'd be like, "No, we're not watching that. That one's not the one I would pick as far as that goes."
Yeah, I also think I would be so torn because like I wouldn't want to have this movie. I wouldn't want to watch this movie. But if Debbie Harry, especially this time period, was like, "I'll fuck you if you let me watch this," I'd be like, "Do you want popcorn? Do you want like?" What would you...
So she sees the video and she is into it, and I mean into it. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. Mm-mm. And then you find out she likes to be cut.
Yeah, she has like
because she cuts on her neck.
Yeah,
and she tells him she wants to try a few things. Like she's into this video. She likes to be cut. And she wants to try a few things. This girl's pretty hardcore.
I think absolutely, especially like the next thing we see is them naked on the floor, and he's just putting needles into her.
Yeah, it's almost like he's piercing her ear.
Yeah. I would hate to be David Cronenberg's wife. Just because I would watch all of his movies and be like, this? Like, that's always, my concern.
It's like Quentin Tarantino. It's like, he likes feet. But that's nowhere near as crazy as what's going on in Cronenberg's mind.
Yeah.
So he's sticking her with needles, like you said. They're going at it. And VideoDrome is playing in the background. And then it pans out. And it's like, this is the first thing where I'm like, where the fuck are we now? Because it was his apartment, and now it looks like something straight out of Hellraiser or something. Like, like it's weird, but that's not the last time I'm going to say that. So now he's, back in the studio meeting with his, partners, execs or whatever, and he's telling them that VideoDrome is the future. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know that he likes to have harder stuff for his channel and niche stuff, but this is about as hardcore. I mean, like, again, unless you're watching like someone actually being killed, you know what I mean? It doesn't get much more hardcore than this, I feel like.
I think he still thinks it's not real. I think he still thinks it's not real as of right now in this stuff. But it's also interesting because it seems like it's even too much for him. Like, because he is upset by how much Debbie Harry likes it and how into it she is eventually. But like, he seems to be turned off by it a little bit. But yeah, it's a weird dynamic.
Well, you're right about the turned off thing, except for the fact that like he wants to show like his audience that because he thinks there's an appetite for it, but he doesn't want it like anybody like to have a part of it, because Debbie Harry actually now she wants to be on Videodrome. She
Yeah.
wants to go and audition for it.
But we don't know that yet because he has to meet with the European lady at a restaurant, and because she's brought him a Greek show that's like softcore, Saphitic porn, right? It's lesbian porn or something like that. And he's like, this isn't, what I need, whatever. Can you find Videodrome for me? I'll give you a finder's fee, all this stuff. And she says, I'll see what I can do. And then...
but she goes and like she starts looking into it, and she hasn't found the information yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
But then, when he's talking to Debbie Harry, she wants to be a part of Videodrome.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want her to do it, but she's going to do it one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really what's going to happen, Keith.
Yeah, I mean, I think once had a time and it was a blast, but then...
And then after she says, I'm going to do it, she burns herself with a cigarette. It's like,
yeah,
Jesus.
Yes, and God, yeah.
You're right about Cronenberg's wife. This is insane. Insane behavior. So then the lady actually does find some information on Videodrome. And she basically says, like, I don't know who's behind it, but certainly Dr. Oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Oblivion has something to do with it.
And she tells him that it's real. She tells him that the people on the shows are actually dying.
And you need to stay the fuck away from it.
Yeah. And he's like, what, some mafia guys? I can handle mafia guys.
Like he handled them in Be Cool. I don't know about that.
Or some vampires in John Carpenter's Vampires.
Yep. So now he's got some information. At least he's got a lead on Videodrome.
Yeah.
So he goes to this place where like people are just watching TV, and it's almost just like an internet cafe. I mean, really?
But it's also
back
like
then,
a homeless shelter in a church that has like little cubbies where they're serving soup, and everybody has a little TV. It's the weirdest. This is the weirdest fucking part of the movie because I don't know what the fuck this is.
No, I don't know what's going on because it's like homeless people are there, and they're all like watching various things, and he's just walking around like he owns the place. Basically,
Yeah.
He's not even like, this is weird. What's going on?
Yeah.
And he actually ends up meeting Dr. Oblivion's daughter.
But before that, so they're walking in this line full of homeless people, and he's smoking a cigarette. And he's about to go inside, and then he turns around and flicks the cigarette over the crowd. And my favorite actor in the entire movie is one of the extras who goes, wait, where'd that cigarette go? I would smoke it. and that's all it is. It's just for 1 second. I love that guy. I watched it twice for that guy.
Yeah, because I didn't even notice him. So,
Yes.
so he meets Dr. Oblivion's daughter, and he's talking to her, and she says basically they feel like that if homeless people watch TV, they'll get better.
Yeah.
For whatever that means,
Mm-hmm.
that's their plan. So they're not like serving them hot soup. They're showing them the latest episode of Sanford and Son, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's very odd, what their plan is. But she said the daughter doesn't talk to people anymore, face to face. Yeah. But he's like, well, tell him I know about Videodrome, and he'll want to talk to me. And then he just leaves, after dropping that bomb on her. So then later he's at his apartment, and his secretary shows up. And he slaps her, but he hallucinates slapping her. But then it's not even her. He hallucinates slapping Debbie Harry.
And it's because, and this is the part I don't understand. He has
the one part
where he has a recorded tape of Videodrome, of one of the broadcasts, and he's afraid she's gonna touch it. So he slaps the shit out of her, and then he sees it as Debbie Harry, so he slaps her again, and then it's not her, and he never slapped anybody. And then she's like, oh, by the way, here's a tape of Videodrome. And it's like, you already fucking had a tape of Videodrome. Granted, this tape is different, but still, what are we doing? But go ahead.
Yeah, and it's So we also find out. So basically, she records like his meetings beforehand. So that explains again the weird ass beginning
Yeah.
because she's got the tape, and she also has a video from Doctor Oblivion. Like
Yeah.
he has reached out and replied, and so she leaves, and then when James Woods looks at the tape, it like morphs or does some weird bullshit.
Yeah, it breathes, but
It breathes.
also looks vaginal for a second. It's very strange.
Yes. So he puts the tape in and he watches it. And Dr. Oblivion basically says that he had a tumor. And the tumor got removed and it was called VideoDrome or something. Like, what? I don't know. And turns out the doctor was VideoDrome's first victim.
Yeah.
Dr. Oblivion.
But he also says the tumor caused visions, but the visions are not a symptom. The visions are VideoDrome. It gets really confusing.
It's 100% confusing.
And is this where the TV starts to change?
Well, first the doctor starts getting choked out by a masked person.
Yeah.
And then when the mask comes off, it's Debbie Harry in the flesh.
Yeah.
And then she basically says, just come and see me, like to James Woods.
Yeah.
And then he hallucinates that the VCR is like moaning and pulsating.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest fucking movie, dude.
This is strange. Because then the TV starts morphing into like flesh covered. And this is the famous shot of the screen coming out and him like walking towards it and sticking his head in it. Almost like it's breasts. It's a very strange
Yeah.
shot.
And he sticks his head in it, but it's not like he doesn't damage the TV. It's more like, Kitty Pryde phasing into the TV.
Yeah.
So again, he doesn't damage it, but then we just, we cut. So we don't really know what happens per se. He's just sticking his head in the TV or whatever. Yeah. So then now he goes to see the doctor or the doctor's daughter again after seeing, the tape. And he tells her he's been hallucinating since he saw the first VideoDrome video. And she tells him, this is where he finds out that actually when you watch it, it gives you a brain tumor.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why you're having hallucinations, because you now have a brain tumor. And she says her father died a year ago. And she has all of these tapes of him. And like that's how she keeps him alive in her mind or whatever, because she's got all these tapes.
Yeah, because she says like, "I'll introduce you to my father now," and she leads him into a room that's just shelf over shelf of tapes, and he's like, "Where's he at? Is he in here somewhere?" It's like, "This is him. He died a long time ago. These are all the tapes that keep him alive." And she knows by heart where to go to get specific tapes to show him, like a fucking librarian.
So, and she said like he makes appearances, but all she does is send in the tape. So again, it doesn't make sense based on the show that he was on, how sure he might say his spiel.
Yeah.
But he didn't say his spiel until he was asked to say his spiel, even though the picture of him was on it from the beginning. And then he's looking in the direction of the people.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for the time frame.
Well, neither does, if that's the thing that hangs you up and not titty fucking a television, then I think
that was a hallucination. So I'm kind of okay with that.
Was it a hallucination?
Yes, that's the only thing I'll tell myself. Him on TV on that talk show was not a hallucination.
But like, I could also see like if you have the tapes and you're via satellite feed and you have all the clips queued, you could just go through the clips you need. You know what I mean?
Like Home Alone style, where he's clipping to the right, exactly the right thing that the killer's going to say or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but I you know what? I would honestly buy that a little bit, Keith, if occasionally there would be like a glitch in the video.
Yeah.
Like the signal, not the signal went out, but just like give me some static.
Yeah, just like a little visual. Yeah.
Just a little bit. And then, I'm not even kidding, I'd be 100% on board with this Dr. Oblivion dude. Yeah. But they don't do that. So I don't know. So, she gives him some more of his tapes. to watch. And this time he's watching them with his shirt off.
And holding a gun like you do.
Straight out like Taxi Driver right here. I mean, all of a sudden.
James Woods got that dog in him. Like, he's
like, oh, Debbie Harry comes by now.
Yeah.
And now a huge gash opens up in his stomach. And basically he takes his gun and like a penis gun, he sticks it in his stomach vagina.
Yeah.
That's what happens in this movie.
Mm-hmm. And loses it there. Like, it's a pouch. Like, James Woods is a kangaroo. Like, he just leaves it inside of him, and then the wound closes.
Well, it's a good thing, though, because what happens later. So it's really good that he lost that gun in there.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, Chekhov's penis gun, I guess.
Absolutely. But I would be so scared that I would accidentally bump into something and then shoot out my spleen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. It's just, again, I know I dress up for these things. I was not going to have a stomach vagina on this. This is the best I could do. Listen, this Blondie shirt is perfect for this movie.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, there's her lips right there. Like, that's a scene from the movie.
It's perfect, yeah.
It is a perfect Blondie shirt. But the effect does look cool.
Yeah.
I will say that. I mean, again, it's a cool effect. But still, what the fuck are we watching, dude? And so now the guy who actually created VideoDrome wants to meet James Woods.
Yeah, because there's like a knock on his door or something.
I don't know, it's a phone call or something.
Phone call.
But
yeah, I have a car waiting for you.
Yes. And he goes and he meets the creator. And the creator wants to record James Woods' hallucinations.
But I think you're skipping over some very important things. The creator...
I don't think I am.
The creator of VideoDrome is talking to him initially in a movie, on a video in a limousine, and they take him to his store, and his store is a glasses store, and we spend 5 minutes watching James Woods try on glasses. So that's the most important part of the movie.
And he picks the most ridiculous glasses I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
And the guy even says that, too. He's like, those glasses don't work for you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, what are we doing? I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's not even like they have to have a front. It's like, how they have these movies where the bad guy has a front for something? We don't need a front for this. No. It makes no sense. So he wants to record his hallucinations. So they put this dope ass helmet on him. It looks so cool that I wanted it a lot more than we got it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because this is the only time we get it is this scene, right?
As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, that's going to be the pop figure that I do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too.
But it's only in it for 10 seconds. So
but it's really good.
It does look cool. So then we see in his hallucination, Debbie Harry shows up and she wants to be whipped. So he's whipping her, but he's whipping her and then he's whipping the TV with her on it.
Well, he starts whipping her and he's just like, and then he starts to get into it, and then she's on the TV, and then she transforms into the TV, and she is the television itself, and that's what he's whipping. And again, this weird Hellraiser murder pool room.
Yes, and now, like you said, he's really into it. He's whipping her pretty hard. So, I mean, I guess it's a good thing she doesn't have a heart of glass.
Yeah. Damn, you already had these worked into it. Right?
I don't know what you're talking about. So then it becomes not her. It's his friend that was investigating VideoDrome. And then he wakes up in his apartment and his friend is dead in his bed.
Yeah, the old lady. who he offered to take who he offered to take a shower with, and she's like, I like young boys, and it was really creepy.
Yeah, it cut to a very young waiter. Yeah, serving her.
Yes, ma'am. Here's your gazpacho.
So she's dead, and I guess he calls his buddy that found the VideoDrome feed, because his buddy comes right over.
And what a weird person to call. What a weird choice. And he asks him to bring a camera with him.
Yes, please come film the dead woman in my bed that I hallucinated, that I whipped.
Yeah.
So really what I thought at this point again, there's no way of knowing what's going on in this movie. But I thought, oh, he's still hallucinating. I thought he's still got this fucking helmet on and he is still hallucinating this stuff because obviously there's not a dead woman in his bed.
Yeah.
And then when the guy comes with the camera, this is what's funny. So let's say, Keith, that just for the sake of argument, if you called me over to your house and you're like, bring your camera, I need you to come film what's in my bed. And you're not in the room. You say, go into the bedroom. And I walk in and the dude immediately says, there's nothing here. You know what I would do? I would take the covers off the bed. I would actually look a little bit. Again, we know that there's no dead body there, but he doesn't know what he's there for.
Yeah.
So maybe pull up, see what's actually in the bed before you start spouting that no one is there or nothing is there or whatever. And so now James Wood is like, that's not possible or whatever. She was there, but she's completely gone.
Yeah, he literally dives over the bed to look. And he's in the covers while this guy's just sitting there in his doorway with a camera. Okay, buddy.
So now James Wood wants to see if VideoDrome broadcast last night because he believes that it's going to be him. He'll see maybe what he did on that. So they go and meet at the studio to see if VideoDrome actually transmitted. This is the only thing that I liked about this movie.
This is a great twist. Scene. This is Jeffrey Combs' second cousin does a great job in his line delivery in this scene.
Yes. So the twist is that his buddy who works for the station did not find this feed. It was not going over the airwaves. It wasn't pirated. He works for the creator of VideoDrome, and he was just showing James Woods the video and only showing it to him. Yeah. That's a nice twist.
Absolutely. And I just don't know how a person who runs optic lenses has this much power, but that's fine.
But, it really is, well done. I did not see it coming, not even a little bit. But, I wish, though, that we would have had the interview with him at the beginning so that I knew what this guy was, when we saw him for the first time.
Yeah.
Not that I would have known, I would have guessed the twist. I was just more confused. What is this guy do? I don't understand. It was just confusing. But, yeah, the twist is really cool. And his buddy's been, just playing him the tapes, gave him the tumor, and then we get the plan. The plan, the plan is widespread VideoDrome.
Yeah, so Optic Lens CEO walks in. There's a little bit of a confrontation, and then he pulls out a VHS tape that is breathing and brings it to James Woods, opens James Woods' shirt, I guess sexually assaults him with a videotape.
There's no other way to describe it. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, because James Woods grows a vagina in his abdomen, and he just inserts the tape and his entire fucking arm. He fists James Woods right there,
and James Wood is clearly not consenting.
No.
So, yeah, this is it's enough. But that guy was going to get that tape in there one way or another.
Damn, another one.
They want his channel.
Yeah.
They want to broadcast this over the airwaves, over his channel. This is a real Halloween 3 situation.
It is very much so, yeah.
Not with kids, though, but with... Although, anybody could, potentially watch this,
Absolutely.
Basically.
Absolutely.
But James Wood, he pulls the gun out of his stomach. He's so lucky that it was left in there. Because he's going to need this now. Because they tell him that you need to go and kill your partners at the station. But the gun starts becoming a part of James Woods. It's attaching itself.
Awesome scene.
It looks cool, but it's still, none of this makes sense.
Yeah.
None of it makes sense whatsoever.
I mean,
I
it
don't
does.
understand.
It does, Chad. If you stop and think about it.
Yeah, I haven't. I didn't write down stuff. I haven't thought about it at all, and it's making no sense to me. Um, so they wanted to like go kill his partner. So he goes to the office and he shoots his, partners, the other executives at the thing, and then he runs away.
Well, then his secretary comes in because everybody hears the gunshots, and she thinks he's been hit too. So she whisks him away into another room that he just breaks free out of. But then when he's breaking free, it's when she realizes, oh, fuck, he did this. And that's like a nice little dramatic cherry on top moment, too.
Yeah, because she just came right in and thinking like she didn't think at all
No.
that she just thought they all were attacked or whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess this might be the tape in his stomach or the voice in his head or whatever you want to call it. But now the voice is telling him to kill Dr. Oblivion's daughter.
Yeah.
So he goes back to the TV internet cafe or whatever that thing was.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Oblivion's daughter knows a lot more. Like, I don't know how she knows a lot of the stuff that she knows, but she tells him that, like, Debbie Harry's dead. They killed her.
Yeah. Long ago. And been using her ever since.
Yep.
And it becomes like a real, like, muggles versus wizards, like, sort of scenario. Like, it's the X-Men versus Brotherhood of Mutants. I just think David Cronenberg just really wanted to write a sexy X-Men for his entire life. You know what I mean?
Well, there's definitely some X-Men elements, Even the gun thing is, I say it's a random X-Men character, but random.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And plus, like, this and Scanners both have, like, that X-Men.
Scanners definitely.
Yeah.
You get the Magneto, Professor X vibe for sure with that. Then while he's talking to the daughter, trying to kill her or whatever, a gun hand comes out of the TV and shoots him.
Yeah.
And so I guess this brings him to his senses. I guess maybe did it shoot the TV inside? I mean the VHS tape inside of him, and but because she convinces him to go after the bad guys now.
Because now he represents the new flesh. Death to Videodrome, all hail the new flesh, or long live the new flesh, right? So it's almost,
right, I guess.
So it's like he dies and is reborn now with a new purpose, and is almost the Jesus Christ figure of this new movement. Go ahead.
Did you read that, or did you just feel it?
I just feel it. I feel it in my
right.
TV bones.
Then I guess you're right. So now he's going after the bad guys. And the first one he goes to confront, Jeffrey Combs' cousin.
Yeah,
that's who he goes to confront first. But the cousin has a tape, and he's again. I guess he's going to try the same move again. He's sticking the tape inside James Woods' stomach vagina. But this time the dude pulls out a bloody stump.
Yeah,
looks great. I mean, like
vaginal dentata sort of effect. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, but so again, he's missing his hand. It's a bloody stump. He's in the studio or wherever he is, and other people see it, and they're freaking out because he looks terrible. And then he blows up, like he just explodes.
Yeah,
like what?
Yeah.
And I guess to your point, this is why the creator of Videodrome had owned the glasses store, because he's speaking at a trade show.
Yeah, specifically
about vision, I guess. So. Yeah. So he's speaking there, and James Wood goes there.
Mm-hmm.
And James Wood gets on stage and shoots him too.
Yeah.
Just right there in front of everybody.
Very much Dead Zone flavors, which another film directed by David Cronenberg. It has that sort of vibe to it in this sequence. So.
And then gross shit just starts coming out of that guy. So again, I feel like it was coming out of him. Out of his dying body, and James Wood is not even watching that. So that's not a hallucination. Like, what is going on in this movie? I don't get it.
Yeah.
And so James Wood is, you're right. He's like death to Videodrome. He wants nothing to do with it, and he goes to like an abandoned warehouse. And there's a TV there, and he sees another video with Debbie Harry.
Yeah.
And she says he has to like totally transform by killing his flesh. And then on the video on the TV, it shows him, James Wood, actually killing himself there at that location that he's actually at. And then the TV explodes.
And then James Woods replicates it. So we see it twice.
Yes. So he takes the gun, he puts it up to his head, and he pulls the trigger, but we don't see what happens. It cuts to black, then we get credits. This movie's over. Thank God.
What, you don't love this brilliant prophetic film that's a comment about how we consume media? Oh my God, Chad.
I appreciate the comment. Yeah. But
Yeah, I mean, I do too. Like, I think, look, it is definitely a jarring, what the fuck am I watching movie? And it's not what I thought it was going to be ever.
No, me neither.
But I do think it is very poignant about some of the messages it has and about even down to the idea of we replicate what we see on TV. That's the very last statement of it, right? Or this idea of the new religion, the new, not guns, but television and media become a drug that we wield, but not only that we're chasing it, but it can also be used as the opiate for the masses. And how do we do that, right? And it's just a very compelling movie that feels by the third act that we just started getting into it, and then it's over, because it's like that battle between VideoDrome and the new flesh. It's mentioned, and then 2 seconds later, the movie's over, right? And that feels very, wait, what? What? There was a whole other thing happening here? I don't know. What were your thoughts on it?
I just feel like that, again, if, David Cronenberg, he's going to make weird movies, body flat, that's fine. But if your goal, and I'm not saying this was his goal, but if your goal is to have that type of commentary, the problem is if you make it too weird and abstract, you've lost the people.
Yeah.
And they're talking more about how weird it is and I don't understand and how fucked up it is than maybe the message that you're trying to convey. I understand there's the thought process of stop beating me over the head with it. But like, I didn't even get hit once over the head with this because I was too busy. Like, what's that? What's going on over there? I'm moving all over the place.
Yeah.
It was just too weird. And again, I like movies with rules. So even Cronenberg's like, The Fly makes sense to me.
Oh, it's a linear narrative.
Yes.
Like, absolutely.
Scanners makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, again, weird stuff is happening. Stuff that doesn't happen in the real world. I understand that. But I understand the rules in these movies. And I don't in this. You can't just say that everything's a hallucination, the stuff that doesn't make sense, because it's not. Not everything is a hallucination. There's like literally the premise is like, if you watch this video, which again, The Ring, I'm on board. If you watch this video, you're going to get a tumor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense in a weird way.
So that's fine if that's, the premise. But it was too weird.
Yeah, and then it's in that sort of section too where like the things that happen, I get how you could metaphorically describe he puts the gun inside him because he becomes the weapon and he carries this potentiality for death and all that shit in him. But then the bad guy starts turning into goo. Like, and that happens and he's not even there.
Yeah.
So is that hinting at this greater evil? Was he also VideoDrome? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, and I wonder too, I totally get your point about if you're trying to do a message, you can't have too much weird shit or people will miss the message. But I wonder if he wanted to do weird shit and thought, if this is going to mean anything, I gotta put a message on top of it. You know what I mean? Like, so it's the opposite way of thinking. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's what I said. Like if that's the message he wanted to convey, I'm not convinced that was his game plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The weird shit come first, then let's add something to it.
But it is like visually stunning, and the world that he creates is like, I've never seen Canada look so dirty. You know what I mean? Like it is vile and seedy right from the beginning. It has like a flair of something like Blade Runner, and it's sci-fi, but nowhere near as sci-fi as Blade Runner, but still has that bleak feeling to it.
Right. And it's not like that I don't like David Cronenberg. Like I said, I love The Fly. I love The Fly. Dead Zone is good. Scanners, like those are good movies. I enjoy those movies. To me, this is I haven't seen every film in Cronenberg's filmography, but this is the weakest one that I have seen by far.
I think I like this a little more than Scanners, and I don't know why. Because, like, on the surface, I don't think I like it, but then there's something about how well it was made that I'm just like, yeah, I gotta give it to him. Like, I enjoy, like, the visuals in this are really compelling. The weirdness of the story, I never knew what was gonna happen next. Like...
Well, I think the casting was good, too. James Wood was really good as this guy.
Really
and
good.
Again, we definitely talked about Debbie Harry. Like, the casting was good in this film.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I love the fact that he does play sort of this, like, almost film noir sort of character, but just a little sleazier. Yet you also see that he isn't as sleazy as other people. And I never thought... I think of James Woods as sleazy. I don't think of, like...
The sleaziest guy in the room?
Yeah, but, like, in this time, I'm like, oh, no, you're actually okay, man. like, when she burns herself with the cigarette, he looks really fucked up by that. Like, that's a great scene. So, yeah, I don't know. What did you rate it on Letterboxd?
2 out of 5.
What the fuck, Chad? Just for vagina stomachs alone, instant 5 stars. No.
Yeah.
No, I was a 4-star rating.
4 stars. Jeez,
just because, like, I can't stop thinking about it, and like, even if I didn't like it, that says something. Like, it's still in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it says something, but it says I don't know what the fuck I just watched. So.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, do you think it belongs in the Pantheon?
I think a Cronenberg film belongs in the Pantheon for sure because it's Cronenberg. And if you have to whittle it down to just one, it's The Fly. That's what should be in the Pantheon. Again, this has a message that even makes sense today.
Yeah.
But it's just too out there. So I would not put it in the Pantheon. I would not.
See, I would. And I think it's because it is one of the first ones that I could think of that we've watched so far that is, what the fuck? Like, it's one of the first ones that literally made my head hurt. Like, my head hurt just while we were recapping the movie, just thinking about it, right? And there's something a little bit brainier and loftier about it, and you're seeing, I think, Cronenberg experiment with things, seeing how much he can get away with, playing with ideas in something that is authentically and genuinely his. Like, it's not a remake. This is him doing his own thing. And yeah, for that, I would say, yeah, give it a chance, because I don't think James Woods is going to have a lot of other chances to show up on the list. So, you know what I mean? So,
well, all right. What else do we do on here, Keith?
So we do Funko Pops and remakes. Which one you want to do first?
We'll do the Funko Pop. How about you? You go first. What's your Funko Pop?
So I was going to do the TV head thing.
Me too.
But I've changed it. So I'm going to do them on the couch, Debbie Harry burning herself with a cigarette, and James Woods going, "Aah!" like that. That's my Funko Pop.
So I was definitely going to do because it looked the coolest, the thing on his head. But the pop for this is James Woods with the gash in his stomach. Yeah. That's the pop for this.
That's the pop.
Like, to the point to where, like, where is that pop? Why is that pop not available today?
Absolutely. With hand inside of him, and then maybe you have a chase where the hand is all formed to his gun.
Yeah, you could definitely do the formed hand with a gun.
Yeah.
But just have the little, his stomach, vagina, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the pop for this movie, 100%.
Absolutely. All right, so remake time. What are you doing?
So, like I said, it's ahead of its time. So, my remake's going to be a straight remake, but I'm going to modernize it. So, it's going to be a similar storyline, but with social media instead of TV.
Great.
And he is kind of like, he has a social media presence, but he doesn't have like millions of followers, but he's got a lot of followers, almost like a public access TV type thing. But he's also a conspiracy theorist. So that's like how he has his following. So those are the type of people that watch his stuff, is conspiracy theorist people. And then he finds, information like on VideoDrome, and he goes down that rabbit hole. And then he starts talking about that on his YouTube video, with the plan to like show it, on the YouTube video.
That's great.
So, and it even makes sense what Dr. Oblivion was saying about everyone has a TV name.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's got an online name.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's already, the pieces are already there.
Yeah.
For, today. And even like Dr. Oblivion, like whoever, because again, he's looking and doing all the stuff that I don't believe. You could say now it's an AI creation or whatever, and it's, I'll believe it all at that point. So that's what I would roll with. So as far as my casting, so for James Woods, I do Barry Keoghan.
Great.
He's
I
an
want to see
excellent
that man with a stomach vagina. That's definitely what I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, it's like I saw him do some crazy stuff in Saltburn. Let's see him do crazy stuff in this. In the Debbie Harry role, I'm actually doing something similar there. Ariana Grande.
Great.
So that's what we're going to do with that. And then Dr. Oblivion is David Cronenberg.
Oh, nicely done. I'll get into mine. What is your favorite David Cronenberg performance?
I'm not going to say Jason X, because I feel like what you're going to say. You're going to say Jason X. Although it probably is. Jason X is a terrible movie, but that's probably his performance is really good.
He's so good in that, though.
But I just saw him in Ready or Not 2, so he was dope in that as well.
Oh, yeah. He's so fun every time he shows up. I felt intimidated by the idea of doing a remake of this, just because
of the shitty movie.
Well, because I think the story is still relevant, absolutely, but the special effects in this first one are as famous as An American Werewolf in London. You know what I mean? Like, this is
absolutely
and the Mount Rushmore of special effects. So to me, I want a Blade Runner 2049 it and do a sequel. All this time later, and we could even wait a couple more years, but it's called VideoDrome, The New Flesh. And so we pick up, and the idea of the new flesh and VideoDrome still existing years and years later, and we're now in streaming and talking about integrating people with technology that lets them see entertainment. And you have a new CEO, Adam Driver, who finds out about this old technology, VideoDrome, and falls right back into it. But now with our advances in technology, how does that interact? How does that happen, right? And so dealing more with that integration, the AI, everything like we were talking about. Yeah, that's sort of where I would go with it.
Nice. Yeah, Adam Driver, I could see him.
Absolutely.
Going down a rabbit hole, going crazy. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Growing vaginas everywhere would be awesome.
He'd probably dig it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is VideoDrome, easily Chad's favorite movie of the season. What are we watching next?
So the next movie, my daughter says that this is the biggest sequel drop-off in cinematic history. Psycho 2.
I might agree with her. I totally might agree with her on that one.
Like, I think I could find something different if I thought about it. I don't think Psycho 2 is inherently bad.
I do, but go ahead.
The issue is that you're following Psycho,
which is my favorite movie of all time. So
yes,
I have 3 Psycho posters up in my house in different languages. That lets you know how much I love the first movie. Yeah, I'm excited to.
Are you gonna be okay? You gonna be all right? You gonna be all right doing this?
I'm gonna cry a little bit. But Psycho 2 is pretty rough. Psycho 3 is pretty rough. Psycho 4 is fucking incredible. So I'm just gonna say that right now.
I would say Psycho 4 is the only one I haven't seen.
Psycho 4, the beginning. Oh, it's a prequel. Oh, it's fantastic. It's really good. So you should check that one out. But yeah, next time we are going to see why a boy's best friend is his mother. In Psycho 2.
That's right. Psycho 2 coming at you.
Yeah. So until then, Chad, where can the folks find you?
On Twitter X, NQC Podcast.
And if you want to find me, you can find me in the not quite darkness.
Peace.
Michael Kite.